There's nothing I could do
Love it.
until it connects.
Cool. Well, can I take this recording?
Yeah, all that's on.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd like to call this meeting to order, Struthers City Council, Wednesday, June 14th, 2023, 7:02. Clerk, call roll.
Yes, Mr. Ballack?
Here.
Mr. Bayes?
Here.
Mr. Beagley is absent. Mr. Burnside?
Here.
Mr. Carselli?
Here.
Mrs. Goman? Here. Mrs. Pingley?
Here.
President Patrick?
Here. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I need a motion to excuse Dallas Beagley from tonight's meeting for work. Ronnie makes a motion. Megan seconds that.
Yes. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Ms. Goman? And Mrs. Pingley?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, we need a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the second regular meeting dated Wednesday, May 24th. Acceptance prepared by the clerk.
So moved.
Second. Bob seconds that.
Yes. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Communications is one piece.
Number one, Struthers Tax Office monthly reports for tax collections for the month of May 2023, submitted by Ryan Rogalski, Struthers Tax Commissioner, on June 5th, 2023.
Okay, council, I need a motion to receive and file communications. Ricky makes a motion.
Make a motion.
Megan seconds that.
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Mayor's report, I know, Mayor, you gave some comments in the office, but is there anything you wish to say on the floor?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Questions for our mayor? Okay, report of standing committees.
Finance and legislation at 6 o'clock on June 21st.
Any-
Parks and Recreation following Finance and Legislation on June 21st.
Any other committee meetings? Okay, at this time, anyone wishing to address council on legislation only at this time? This is just for only legislation at this time. If none, number one.
Number one, an ordinance authorizing the auditor to transfer the sum of $100,000 from the 2023 general fund budget category transfer to police pension number 1009100590004 to the police pension fund number 80500004701 and declaring an emergency.
Okay, council, you heard the reading of the ordinance. Need a motion to suspend the rules of council, place the ordinance up for passage. Bob makes a motion.
Second.
Megan seconds that.
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Miss Pingley? Miss Pingley?
Yes.
Okay.
Questions or comments under suspension? Need a motion to pass as read. Bob makes a motion. Megan seconds that.
Yes. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Miss Pingley?
Yes.
Okay, number two.
Number two, an ordinance authorizing the auditor to transfer the sum of $70,000 from the 2023 general fund budget category transfer to fire pension number 1009100590005 to the fire pension fund number 81000004701 and declaring an emergency.
Okay, council, you heard the reading of the ordinance. Need a motion to suspend the rules of council, place the ordinance up for passage. Ronnie makes a motion.
Second.
Lori seconds that.
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Questions or comments on the suspension? Need a motion to pass as read?
Pass as
Ron?
read.
Second.
Yes. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and the safety service director to enter into a contract with DLZ Engineering for the engineering services for the Wetmore Drive Bridge Replacement PID 118677 and declaring an emergency.
Okay, council, here the reading of the ordinance. Need a motion to suspend the rules of council, place the ordinance up for passage. Ricky makes a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Megan seconds that.
Okay, 1 second. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Questions or comments on the suspension? Need a motion to pass as read?
Motion passes, right?
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Number 4.
Yep. Number 4, an ordinance appropriating the sum not to exceed $1,000 from the 2023 general fund budget appropriation 900 miscellaneous category contingent number 1009000-53024 for the Higgins Reardon Funeral Home and cremation services for an indigent Struthers resident and declaring an emergency.
Okay, council, heard the reading of the ordinance. Need a motion to suspend the rules of council, place the ordinance up for passage. Jim makes a motion. Second. Ricky seconds that.
Second.
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
No.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
No.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
No.
So we send that back to committee, right, Megan?
It doesn't pass, so it's whatever council wishes to do.
Okay. Okay, the motion passes, or it fails at this time. Number 5.
Number 5, an ordinance appropriating the sum not to exceed $4,000 from the 2023 general fund budget category contingent number 1009000-53024 for the entertainment in the park and declaring an emergency.
Okay, council, heard the reading of the ordinance. Need a motion to suspend the rules of council, place the ordinance up for passage.
Make a motion.
Megan makes a motion.
I'll second.
Jim seconds that.
Yes. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Questions or comments on the suspension? Need a motion to pass as read?
Make a motion.
That's Megan. Wasn't it Megan that made the first?
Yes.
Okay, I just have to make sure. And then Mr. Ballack is second.
Yes.
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pingley?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, council. Unfinished business. Any unfinished business? New business. Report of our law director. John, do you have anything for us?
I don't have anything tonight.
Thank you. Questions or comments for our law director? Chrissy was in the caucus room. She's not here now, so we'll move on to our safety director. Bob, you made some comments in the caucus. Is there anything you want to add on the floor?
No, but I will repeat that there's going to be a lot of construction in the city with the East Ohio Gas Company replacing lines and fiber optic being ran throughout the city. So recommend that our residents be very cautious when they're entering and exiting construction zones.
And we got some residents from Judith Lane. Can you repeat your comments on where we're at with the creek there?
We got estimates to remove the trees, And then we're gonna wait for the study to be done, completed by DLZ before we proceed with anything else.
Questions or comments for our safety director?
Bob, you told us in caucus that the fire station is gonna be, they'll be moving in
Friday is the date of
16th.
substantial completion.
Okay,
It's not complete, but it's to the point where they turn it over to the city.
okay, thank you.
Anything else for our safety director? Okay, at this time, anyone in the audience wish to address council, come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
Hi, I'm Joanne Kalbowski, resident of Struthers my whole life, and I live in the second ward. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak again tonight. I want to thank those of you who did come up since the last meeting and get together with a few of us. There was 4 other members of kind of our little committee that could not come tonight, but they're anxiously awaiting my report when I get back. Couple questions. I'll just ask the questions, and then whoever wants to answer them can answer. Again, thank you, especially to Ron. Comes up anytime I call him. He really does. Thank you, Ron. I'd like an update. I mean, you said now you're just going to remove the trees, okay? Waiting still for letters to be sent out to the citizens because I told everybody we're getting letters. I would like to make a suggestion that you get a cleanup plan. Like maybe get all your councilmen and councilmen at large involved and get people in your wards to pass out these letters. You wouldn't even, I mean, I'll help you. You know, there's people that don't know the rules. There's some people that don't even know one piece of grass is still in the backyard this high. I don't know whose it is. This is not mine. You know, I still think that I'm seeing a lack of I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not letting this go. I'm really, really upset. You have somebody in your city that writes grants. I said this before. I'm offering to help. I'm not too stupid. I'm not really that smart either. I mean, I'm a teacher. I've done grants. I mean, seriously, you got to have some money. It's got to come from somewhere. I'm not saying it's all got to come from the city, but don't tell me. I know. I've heard people tell me, why aren't they applying for a grant? That's a major problem. That's a waterway. It's not going away. I'm not saying cover it up, but my God, if you could see the plastic there, that's the least of the worry. Now, if you're going to take down those trees, that's fine. That's good. Those should have been a maintenance problem. Those people didn't complain again because they're the ones that are presenting the pigsty that they did. So those of us who have walked back there, you have little kids, and they play in there, you know, what are we supposed to do? Anyway, so the plan is only the trees. There's no plan. I heard, they told me, either that or somebody's telling me lies. We're getting estimates. We're going to get this done. Now, I hear just the trees. What is it? Kat, I mean, can you?
We got the estimate back from Rudget,
And?
it's $30,000 to redo it, but we would be wasting the money redoing the entire creek again.
Okay, so what?
We can't redo it, and then they come back and tell us the correct way to do it. That's what the studies are for.
Here's a plan here. 10-year plan.
That's not an engineering study. They're in the process of having an engineer to complete a study to do a long-term repair of that.
Well, how long? I mean, how long does this take? I mean, this has been going on.
I understand.
I know you understand. I understand too, but I'm really seriously, really, this is going to be. I'm just.
And in the
fed up.
meantime, until the study is done, the administration, if you don't mind, that they are in the process of looking money to assist the city in doing that. So, you know, I know it's stale and it looks like there's nothing being done, but there is
Because
Easy.
before, they used to at least come up and help clean that out by spraying it and everything. Now, they don't, they don't do anything. I'm serious. Unless I don't know about it, but there is nothing that has been done. Nothing.
But since our administration started, that's when the planning for that was started.
The
So
planning.
we go through a couple different phases of the engineering study. So we had phase one, then there's phase two, but in the meantime, we had to find money for those studies too. So
Okay.
we have been applying, we have been searching, we've been doing all of that.
Okay, so you have that on record, that you have actually, okay.
Yes.
Now, what about some kind of a plan to reach out to the people in Struthers? Can you put it in a letter? I'm not saying, I'm trying to give you suggestions, I'm not telling you what to do. There's a problem, there is a solutions, okay, but we're not going down any path. We're saying, we gotta wait, and I understand that, it's a process, you gotta wait. But in the meantime, you still have people in your city who are not Struthers, they're, excuse my way I'm gonna say this, I call them implants. No, they come in, and that's great, but then when they come in, I'm telling you right now, they don't know none of the rules. Either they're landlords or they're the realtors, do not go over anything. You guys don't give them any, I don't know what you do, that's what I'm trying to find out. Because it's gotta be education, I believe that these people don't know.
Well, there should be something they get when they register their property as a landlord. They should get like a packet.
They do. Okay, so then, how many times, like, my particular neighbor has been cited in the past couple of years, 3 or 4 times. And, I kinda feel bad for them because, right, Pam, you said it was lack of education. I really do feel that, and we're all educated.
But if they've been cited 3 or 4 times, they should know by now.
Right.
Well, they don't, so
It's the same
So they
thing.
haven't been in court yet. So that's my point.
It's the same thing
It's the
over and
same
over every
thing.
year.
It's the same thing.
We have had multiple
Yeah.
complaints about people getting letters after letter after letter and then not follow through, so I don't know how we can track maybe
There's gotta be a track.
where
I mean,
where do we
come on, I
stop
mean,
sending letters and start,
Yeah.
I forgot to
Oh, the
bring
limbs
up
on
about
top of
the
the street.
limbs.
Hey, you know what? Those people up there wanna look at that. You guys want more rats up there? You're gonna have another house going down on Judy Lane.
where's this at?
Right where that empty property, Davis's
Yeah.
old house.
Yeah.
We talked to them about it too. They, instead of taking care of their trees, we're only supposed to be taking care of storm damage. They're cutting down trees and putting them at the curb. We already
They didn't
talked
put
to
them
them.
at the curb.
No.
They really did. They're still there beside
They-
the house.
he dumped them all on the vacant lot that
Yeah, they're on the
when the
vacant.
house was tore down.
You know,
But it's still his responsibility to get rid of those branches.
And I'm gonna follow up, because I was gone last week. I'm gonna follow up and see where we're at with that letter, because that's something we.
Yeah, I
yeah.
really, again, I would actually, I help you. Council, there are people in Struthers that would do that. They would go up and down their streets and put them in the mailboxes.
But when it comes to the storms and the water and the waterways, there's certain things in the city, and I know this is not what you wanna hear, but we have to prioritize different things. So we have people on Fifth Street that are getting 6 feet of water in their basement. But doing that study and doing that first will alleviate some of the things that are happening on Judith Lane.
Right.
So I know it's not ideal for Judith Lane, but there's other more severe issues that we're trying to handle through stormwater management and finding money for those, but that whole process will eliminate or
Well,
help.
hopefully, I don't see where it would eliminate, the garbage and stuff that people are going, it's up to, you guys to carry that out. I'm serious.
Okay.
It's not up to the government, it's not up to the county, it's up to Struthers.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I'm throwing the ball back to all of you.
There you go. Anyone else? Okay, at this time, I'm gonna ask for a point of order, and I am gonna ask Megan to go back to ordinance number 4. And, we're gonna read this over, and we're gonna, she's gonna tell us what the vote was.
Number 4, it was a 3-3 vote, which Mike would need to be the tiebreaker, so I believe we would probably have to make the motion again and second the motion. You guys would all vote how you want to vote, and then if it's still a tiebreaker, then he's gotta break the tie.
Do you have to read that over again, Megan?
Do you think I need to read it over?
Yeah.
I would read it over, yes.
All right.
Okay. Number 4, an ordinance appropriating the sum not to exceed $1,000 from the 2023 general fund budget appropriation 9,000 miscellaneous, category contingent number 1009000530024 for the Higgins Reardon Funeral Home and cremation services for an indigent Struthers resident and declaring an emergency. Sorry.
Okay, and at the time that this ordinance was read, there was a 3-3 vote, and as president of council of the city of Struthers, one of my duties is to vote in the presence of a tie, which was.
Can I make a motion
Yes.
to
No,
send it back to committee?
after I vote, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, I have to vote,
Okay.
and then it can go back to committee. Okay? So as one of my duties as president of council of the city of Struthers, I wish to vote no on ordinance number 4. Okay?
So it's voted down. Now is there a motion to send it back to the committee?
I make a motion to send it back to committee for further discussion.
Okay, Bob Burnside makes a motion, send it back to committee. Megan seconds that.
Hold on one second. Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Ms. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pinkley?
Yes.
So number 4 will go back to committee for review. Okay, we're gonna go back to anyone wishing to address council. Is there anyone else in the audience wishing to come up to council and speak? Name, address, and address. If not, just a reminder, June 21st, 6 p.m. is finance, and following that is park and recreation. I need a motion to adjourn tonight's council meeting. Ricky makes a motion, Ronnie seconds that.
Mr. Ballack?
Yes.
Mr. Bayes?
Yes.
Mr. Burnside?
Yes.
Mr. Carselli?
Yes.
Ms. Goman?
Yes.
Ms. Pinkley?
Meeting's adjourned, thank you all.